reciting the Qur'an or starting to recite the Qur'an. Okay? Which is the humbleness. The other, third one is al-thawab. Means that the rewards of the recitation of the Qur'an, as you know, that لا أقول ألف لام ميم حرف ولكن ألف حرف ولام حرف وميم حرف. That I do not say alif lam mim is considered to be one letter. You are going to have the rewards for alif if you recite it, and lam if you recite it, and mim if you recite it correctly. Okay? So, and it will be doubled for you, and it will be tenfold for those who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would choose. Okay. And the other ulama, they said that purifying your hearts, try to cry if you can do it during the recitation and so on and so forth. These things, I know that most of you know it. And inshallah, I hope you, whenever you have this kind of opportunity to recite the Qur'an, try to recite with bringing to your mind and heart the nobility of the Qur'an and the importance of it. And one thing that is very important, try to recite Qur'an in different situations. I mean that sometimes you recite the Qur'an alone. Sometimes you recite it in the daytime. Sometimes you recite it at the night time. Sometimes recite it with the people. I mean that with the group of good halaqah or something. This would bring to you different sides, different dimensions of the Qur'an. Okay? Do not just go with one pattern. Okay? Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam used to say to Ibn Mas'ud that recite the Qur'an to me. So Ibn Mas'ud, he said to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, أَقْرَأُهُ عَلَيْكَ وَعَلَيْكَ نَزَلْ. Should I recite it to you? Even that it has been revealed to you, it has been sent down upon you. So it's worth that you recite it. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he said that I like to listen it from other people. Because Qur'an in itself, it is considered to be what? Something that is, you are enjoying it. Sometimes you are enjoying by your eyes, without recitation. Sometimes you are enjoying by recitation. Sometimes that you are enjoying by listening to the Qur'an. It's different dimensions. And those people who are going into the Qur'an and the recitation of the Qur'an will find and understand what I'm saying. Some people, they are highly attracted nowadays to songs and musics and so on. And as I said many times before, whenever you look to the people who are highly attracted and distracted by the music and songs and so on, you will find that they are lacking the meaning of the Qur'an in their hearts. There are some part is defective. There are some part is dark there. If you live with the Qur'an, Qur'an will take all parts of your hearts. Okay? So this is regarding adab qira'at al-Qur'an, which is the spiritual or non-tangible. Let's go to the physical etiquettes. Yes?
Listening, most of the time we just listen music and do our work. We do not focus on what we are hearing.
Yes.
So listening to Quran, is it okay that we are focusing on other things, we are just listening whatever
Yeah.
it is?
Yeah. The ulama, they said regarding this issue, the ulama, they have two opinions regarding this. They said that if the type of the work that you are doing that allows you to concentrate in something else, then you can turn on the Qur'an. Okay? This is, for example, for brothers, whenever they are doing anything that they are not having all the concentration with. Okay? Or our sister, for example, if they are in the kitchen and they are doing things, they can turn on the Qur'an and they can recite and memorize and they can. So that's it. But if you are doing a kind of work that is controlling and that is, you need to have full concentration on it and you are not going to pay attention to whatever is being recited, then it should be, you should turn it off. Okay? So the opinions of the ulama, they said that based on this criteria. Okay? For the tangible things or the physical etiquette, first of all, at-tahara, which is the spiritual purity. Okay, tahara means that whenever we are listening, whenever we are reciting the Qur'an, we need to have the tahara from al-janaba. Okay, whatever the type of tahara that we are talking here, that you should have a spiritual purity before reciting the Qur'an. Okay, so this is, I think that this is known. And the second point is related to touching the Qur'an itself. Touching the Qur'an itself. The majority of the scholars said that whenever you are dealing with the Qur'an, you should be in the spiritual purity. Okay? Spiritual purity. You have to have your wudu before touching, we call it the mushaf. Okay? The mushaf. Because now it is important to know what is the meaning of this. The mushaf is the Qur'an itself. Okay? Qur'an, maybe this is, I'm not sure this is in Pakistan or not, but we have, whenever we say Mus'haf in Arabic, means that the book itself. If we have, do you have the Mus'haf? Something like this. This is, if we say this is the Qur'an, for example, this is the Mus'haf. But Qur'an means that whatever is written there, this is the Qur'an. Okay? Whatever written, the words itself called the Qur'an. The book and the papers and so on, we call it Mus'haf. Okay? So the ulama, they said that if you are going to have, if you are not going to be in the ritual purity, meaning having wudu, then it is not allowed for you to touch the Mus'haf. Okay? لا يمسه إلا المطهرون. That it's not allowed for you to touch. Even there are some minority of the ulama, they said, or they allowed, but actually to be in the right path, the majority, they said that it's not allowed. Okay? The only case where that you can touch the Qur'an, this is actually the ulama, they allowed for our sister during their menses, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave this excuse for them. But if you want to read or recite the Qur'an where that you do not have a kind of ritual purity, in this case you are allowed to have it from the tablet, for example. If you have the tablet or you have the mobile phone, it's okay. Even that you do not have the ritual purity. Okay, so you have, during Ramadan, you can go with kind of recitation as much as you can from the tablet, from your mobile phone, whatever the time. Okay, but try to avoid touching the Mus'haf. Or you can have gloves. Okay, some gloves you can put it and you can hold the Quran and you can read it. Other ulama, they said that it's allowed for you to read from from tafsir book, for example. So sometimes from the tafsir, if you open the tafsir book, for example, you'll find that some part is the Quran and there is some part, the remaining part, the majority is something else. It is the commentary of the commentator, the kathir or whatever. The ulama, they said it's okay. This is not considered to be Quran. You can read the Quran from the tafsir itself. Okay? Other things related to the physical etiquettes is do not disturb others in general whenever that you are reciting the Quran, and do not, for example, some people they are making prayer, okay, in the masjid. This is commonly happening. Some people they are making the halaqah, for example, and there is some prayer is being held on time. Okay, so the people should not, in this case, do not out loud say or recite the Quran. Try to recite it moderately, okay, so that the people can do their salah, for example. Okay, two things regarding the physical etiquettes which is related to before the starting of the Quran, which is isti'aza and al-basmala. فَإِذَا قَرَأْتَ الْقُرْآنَ فَاسْتَعِذْ بِاللَّهِ means that whenever that you are going to recite the Quran, start with seeking refuge in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم, that I seek refuge in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from the Satan. Okay, this is commonly, actually it has a kind of like lecture for whether that we should start with أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم or other types or other forms, and when exactly we can start, where that we should start and where that we should not start. Inshallah, I'm going to talk about it in summary, but not today. Okay, so we should say أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم, which is I seek refuge in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and the meaning of it means that I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect me from the insinuation of the Satan during the Quran. Okay, do you understand this? This is the meaning of أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. I seek refuge in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from the Satan. Whenever that the Satan is going to whisper to me before reciting the Quran. So this is the meaning of أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. And Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, that I start the recitation in the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most gracious, the most merciful. Okay? Whenever that you are going to start anything in your life, you should start with Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Any kind of action. So you think about the recitation of itself. It is something that is very noble. So we should start in the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay? Okay. Let's go now to Maratib al-Qira'ah. I think that still we have like 5 minutes or 10 minutes with these kind of issues, and after that I'm going to inshallah make recitation for Surah Al-Fatiha and some small tafsir for it. Okay. Let's go to the next point is Maratib al-Qira'ah. Maratib al-Qira'ah. This is not here directly. But what I said, I think that if we just write these points, for example, in Maratib al-Qur'an, I'm going to mention 3 or 4 types. So just put these types and keep it in your notes. Okay? You will find it here, inshallah. But the point is, keep it and remember this. And I think that it is important for everyone to find how he can relate to the instructions of the class, to write it down or to watch, for example, the video, or to look and try to summarize from the notes. It's up to you. But I personally recommend for you to have the notes that I'm saying, because I'm giving to you the summary, the essence. Okay? Just if you go to this essence, you are going, inshallah, to have the important points. So now let's go to Maratib al-Qira'ah, the levels of Qira'ah. The levels of Qira'ah. The first one is Tartil. Tartil. Okay? It is Tartil. Maratib al-Qira'ah, number 1, Tartil. Number 2 is Tadweer. Tadweer. And number 3 is Hadr. Hadr. Okay? So it is what? Number 1? Tartil. Number 2? Tadweer. And Hadr. Okay? What is the difference between the 3? They said that in Tartil it is tu'adah wa tadabbur wa mura'al al-ahkam. Very slowly. Okay? Very slowly. This is the Tartil. Very slowly. And mura'at al-ahkam. Taking care of the Tajweed rulings. So this is the perfect level of the Qur'an. Some ulama, they said that Tartil, it is the perfect level. And other ulama, they said that there is martaba, we call it tahqiq. Okay? Some ulama, not all the ulama. Tahqiq means that it is highly, highly slowly. Okay? Did you, I'm not sure about the famous reciters in Pakistan, but I think that what is the famous reciter that you know in Pakistan? You do not listen to some Arabic kind of reciter? Abdul Basit? Saad al-Nu'man. Sudais also. Okay. Mushari, yes, Mushari.
From Pakistan?
Or non-Pakistan?
From Pakistan there are a few. Qari Wahid Zafar Qasmi. He is very famous. And also there is another one, Ibrahim Qasi. Yes, sir. He was trained in Egypt, so he copies mostly the Arab
kind of
yes, sir.
way of speech.
Yes,
okay.
sir. Wahid Zafar Qasmi is the one who follows, you can say, Pakistani way of Qira'at.
Okay. So anyway, you will find someone who is reciting the Quran very slowly and observing the rulings of the Tajweed. Then this is what we call it Tartil. Okay? And the other one, or the second level, is we call it Tadweer. توسط السرعة مع مراعاة الأحكام. It's moderate kind of speed in the recitation, okay? But they are observing the rulings. Okay? I'm going to practice it inshallah in Surah Al-Fatiha with you. Okay? And number 3, Al-Hadr, Surah مع محافظة على أحكام التجويد. It is fast. Hadr means fast. But try as much as you can to observe the rulings of the Tajweed. Okay? These are, actually they are different only in what? In the speed. But we should observe Ahkam al-Tajweed, okay, as much as we can. But in Ahkam al-Tajweed also we should observe, because, for example, sometimes we need to make prolongation, which is 6 harakat, for example. It is dependent on what is the type of in the Tartil 6 harakat will be like, for example, like 3 seconds, okay, or 4 seconds. But you will find it in Hadr, for example, it is like 3 seconds only. Okay? I'm going to practice it with you, inshallah. Okay.
Yes. Can you please what is the second type? Tadweed.
Tadweer.
Tadweed.
Tadweer. Tadweer.
He's bilingual, right?
Ah yes, Tadweer. It's you want it in Arabic or in English?
I think
All right.
it's okay. I think it's I'm good at it.
Tadweer. Tadweer. So the first one is tartib. This is number 1. This is number 2, and number 3. This is had. Had. This is number 3. Tartib, tadweer, had. Okay. Let's go to the next point, which is related to Tajweed itself, the meaning of Tajweed. Then I'm going to talk about the So, for the Tajweed, the definition of the Tajweed in general, it is, there is one good definition for Tajweed by Imam Ibn al-Jazari. يقول التجويد هو إعطاء الحروف حقها ومستحقها. That giving the letters its dues and its rights. Giving the letters its dues and its rights. Means what? حقها ومستحقها means that giving for some letters the dues means that if it's تفخيم or ترقيق. Okay, sometimes we say, for example, من الله, Allah. Okay, so لا من Allah here it is مفخم. Okay, but sometimes we say the same word, the same lam, but it's مرققة. لله, لله, for example. So this is what we call it ترقيق. In details, inshallah, we're going to talk about this. But now I just want to inform you that the same letter, sometimes we should say it like Allah, or sometimes it should be like lillah. Okay? They are two different. So this is the meaning of the dues. And the rights mean that the ahkam al-tajweed, which is al-ghunna, for example, or al-qalqala, or something like this. Ghunna, that is like if we say, for example, man ya'mal, man ya'mal. Man ya'mal, it is similar to, if we say, for example, man ya'mal. Okay? This is noon, right? And this is ya'mal. Whenever we are talking or whenever we are reciting the Qur'an, this is what we call it noon sakina. Noon sakina. You will find that something like this above it, the diacritical sign above it is sukoon. Whenever we are going to recite it in modern Arabic now, we are going to say this man or man ya'mal. But in the classical Arabic and the Quran, of course, we're not going to pronounce it like this. We should pronounce it like mayyam, mayyam, mayyam. We are not going to pronounce any kind of noon. We are going to hide it all, and the remaining will be the next letter of the first letter of the next word. Okay. This is something, inshallah, we're going to talk about it. But this is what the meaning of the dues and rights. So according to Ibn al-Jazari definition, إعطاء الحروف حقها ومستحقها, giving the letters its dues and its rights. So this is the tajweed meaning. Okay. I want to think because I do not want to stop here. I want to take only one part which is related to أقسام التجويد and the types of the mistakes. Okay. Okay, we have two types of tajweed, so now we're talking about أقسام التجويد. أقسام التجويد, or the categories or the levels of tajweed. We have tajweed amali and tajweed nadari. We have theoretical tajweed and practical tajweed. Theoretical tajweed, which is related to the rulings of the tajweed that we're going to have in this class. The practical tajweed is related to the recitation of the Qur'an as Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam did. Okay? So whenever that we're taking that, you will find that many people, especially in the Arab countries and so on, They are fluent in reciting the Qur'an, but they do not know any single ruling of Tajweed.